I truly believe that having a career that you enjoy is like one of the key pillars to having a happy life. I think it's very difficult to have a really, really happy life and not enjoy what you do or not have fulfillment there, because it is just such a big piece of our life. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name is Megan and I create videos all about mindset, personal development, and really just finally going after our dream life. And this particular video is very on brand with that messaging because I want to talk about how to go about finding your dream career. And I think that this is something that's always evolving. I don't think there's just like an end point. I feel very grateful and very lucky to have found a career that I absolutely love and that I really feel like gives my whole life more fulfillment and happiness. One thing that I don't think we allow ourselves to do enough, and that maybe society doesn't necessarily always support, is allowing ourselves to try out different things. And this is something that I'm now very grateful for allowing myself to do that, but it was really difficult for me at times when I saw friends or people who just kind of stuck to that same path and really seemed to like have it figured out. And I felt like I was just kind of wandering and really struggling to find something that I was passionate about and that I could really develop and make a career. And it was only through truly allowing myself to follow my intuition, to follow my passions, and to try different things that I ended up creating and building this really amazing place that I find myself in. Things aren't always going to turn out exactly as we expect them to, but I actually think that that's even more of a reason to lean in and to try different things when you feel called to it. And I have a couple of really cool examples of how that's happened for me coming up in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. The second thing, and something that I actually really think goes along with trying different things, is you have to not only consider what you're interested in, but what kind of lifestyle you actually want to create. So for example, growing up, I was always really fascinated with makeup and beauty, and makeup artistry was something I was always really, really interested in. So I went to makeup school, and then once I got my butt into the chair of being a makeup artist, I started to realize that as much as I love makeup and I love those skills, and to this day, I'm happy I took that program and I still use it for myself here, even with filming. But when I got my butt in the seat of being a makeup artist, I started to realize that that meant long weekends and weekends in general, and most weekends in the summer were all going to be really dedicated to makeup artistry and to building that business. Same thing with New Year's and Christmas season, and all of those super busy times for makeup artistry were times that I, on a personal level, really valued having more freedom, and actually in my jobs was looking to have more freedom and flexibility. And that's the difficult thing when I think we're expected to come out of high school and pick something out of a book and that be our path for the foreseeable future, because until you're in it, there are things that you're just not going to know. Which brings me to my third point, which is to get your butt in the seat. I know I'm using that saying multiple times now. And what I mean by that is, if you want to be a makeup artist, then go and shadow some makeup artists. And I know that this is like really standard advice that I think we get growing up, but very few of us, I think, actually take it, to do an internship or to go and shadow someone. Really try and find ways to get in the position or around people who are in the position that you want to be in. Not only to get that experience, not only because it looks good on a resume, but because you really truly want to find out if this is a good option for you before you spend the time and the money to get yourself in the position. The next point is to lean into those things that you are interested in, that you are called to, because you truly don't know where things could lead, and it's not always what you expect. And makeup artistry is really that perfect example for me, because it's truly where my personal brand began. That was when I started to really learn and dig into how to go about creating an online presence, how to market yourself, how to create content, and all of these different strategies that went along with it. It was through building my personal brand as a makeup artist that I ended up getting my first social media management client. So I had done a collaboration with a spa, and the spa owner and I got talking about just how much work it is to be online and to build your social media. And I took that little moment, like it was one of those aha moments where I was like, you know, I could help you with that. And that was literally how I landed my first social media client. And then that kind of became exciting, and I started to recognize the opportunity that there was for social media management. Leaning into that led to me working with Latasha as a coach. And working with Latasha as a coach has now led into being my career, my full-time job that I absolutely love and that I have the freedom and the lifestyle, all of the things. But I didn't start a few years ago thinking I want to be an operations manager for Latasha James. Like, that is really what came about from me following my intuition, taking action, and leaning into the things that I felt called to. So long story short, you just never know where things might lead. And so nothing is wasted. You will always take some sort of value out of trying to do what you're called to. This next tip probably won't come as a big surprise because we are all about action here, but I think something that's really easy to do, especially when we are seeking out our purpose or our dream career, is getting stuck in this cycle of just thinking. Like thinking that we're gonna be able to come to a solution through just thinking. And yes, you can do a certain amount of research, and yes, you can think through to solutions sometimes, but in most cases, you're going to need more data and able to figure out what the next step is. And in order to get more data, you have to take action. And so that kind of comes back to my initial point where we need to allow ourselves to try different things. And I think something that could be really beneficial is having a look at all of the people out there who you find super successful and having a look at their background and having a look at their come up story. Latasha is a really great example. She started with fashion and like makeup type content and has evolved through to social media content. And then as her business has grown and there's been more demand for her knowledge, then she's implemented courses, and that's become a huge part of her business. But she didn't necessarily know that a little while ago, right? So again, it's that allowing yourself to try different things and to gain new data. Put yourself in the seat. Get that butt in the seat. I'm gonna say it one more time. Get your butt in the seat so that you can gain more data in order to figure out what's best and most in alignment with you and your goals. My last tip for finding your purpose and creating a career that you love is to really cultivate a deep connection with yourself and your intuition. At some point along the way, you're gonna have to trust that you know best for yourself. And so often we are pulling all this information from all the different people, but at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live that life. You're the one that has to show up to that job every day. So start to go inward and really develop that strong connection with your intuition. And when you get an intuitive moment, investigate it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't think that there is any end point in finding your purpose and building your dream career. I think that that's something that is always going to be evolving, and it's our job to lean in and follow that intuition and use that as our guide. I'm so grateful now that I did allow myself that grace to try different things and to follow my intuition. Even when at the time, honestly, I felt like a bit of a failure. That dream life that I was always searching for, the passion, the freedom of time, the things that are truly like my core values, I found that. And it only came through following my intuition, trying these different things, taking a chance on myself. I truly believe that having a career that you enjoy is like one of the key pillars to having a happy life. I think it's very difficult to have a really happy life and not enjoy what you do or not have fulfillment there, because it is just such a big piece of our life. So I hope that you found this video inspiring. I hope it helped you if you feel like you're just stuck and having a hard time finding your purpose and your calling. Follow your intuition, take a chance on yourself, lean in just a little bit, and that doesn't mean you have to quit your job. It just means take a chance on the things that you're feeling called to. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in next week's video. Bye guys.